Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Tasya Ristari. Today I will answer the final exam question for the second language acquisition course. First one, the function of the first language is to help students in communicating in their mother tongue and also to help them in learning language. Second, input and interaction is wherein acquiring a second language is very important. Language learning is stimulated by communicative pressure and examine the relationship between communication and acquisition of a mechanism such as attention that mediate the student. Third, the cognitive aspect of the second language is related to student individual thinking such as perception, attention, memory, motor skill, and visual and spatial processing. In addition to second language acquisition, the cognitive aspect is information processing. In the cognitive aspect of SLA, it has two paradigms, namely symbolism, which explain the acquisition of abstract and linguistic knowledge, namely implicit and explicit knowledge. Then in the cognitive aspect of SLA, there are representation in the information processing model, representation in universal grammar, representation of cognitionism, and representation of two languages. Fourth, the social aspect is when a student is successful in learning a second language based on where they live. There are several factors that can affect the level of social distance, namely social dominance, pattern of integration, exclusion, cohesiveness, size, cultural suitability, attitude, and desired length of stay. 5. The role of explicit interaction is how a teacher is teaching directly to student and also learning is arranged to be structured. 6. The role of implicit interaction is where the teacher only provides a material, then the student is asked to conclude for himself what he has received from the teacher. The last is 7. Understanding and applying a second language is where a person has studied a second language well and understanding all the theories that he has got. Then he applies what he has learned from the second language to everyday life or communicate it with people who use the second language. Okay, thank you. Maybe enough for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.